the maximum of P. Maximum value of P. The P is the changing rate of superelevation. Superelevation.
B or B? B. It's B.
Oh, B. What's B? B is the B.
Go.
Oh.
See that the within questions
B is translator. I translate B. Okay. Translator. B is the rotating axis of superelevation. Rotating
axis.
Rotation B. Rotating rotating axis. The widest between the widest between from the rotating axis to the boundary, to the side, boundary.
The boundary.
The border.
This side.
边上 of leg. Okay. B is the widest from the rotating axis of superelevation. Superelevation. To the border of lens. Delta I is the superelevation 差值吧，和差这个差值 IH. Negative. How to spell this?
Is what? Minus.
Minus. Plus. This is plus.
Yeah.
This is minus.
Yeah.
Minus. The minus. IH is the slope elevation slope. Is the slope elevation, or the cross slope of slope elevation. I is the cross slope of normal section or normal section or general section. This is I minus I. I. This is IH. I. You know? Understand?
Yeah.
This is normal section on straight line. On straight line. This is the on circular curve. Circular curve. On circular curve. This is the cross section on circular curve. This is the cross section of on straight line. This side is minus I. This side is plus I, and this is. Okay. Point 3. The travel time is not too short. Travel time is not too short. We must keep the car, keep the vehicle running at least 3 seconds on closely, or on transition curve. At least 3 seconds. At least 3 seconds. So we can get this formula. V is kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. And the unit of this expression is meter. Meter. Or meter. The meter. In the standard of China, in the Chinese standard, the minimum length of transition curves for highway and urban road. This is a table for highway, including freeway. In China, highway including freeway, and that is different from America or Europe or Africa. The design speed 100. When the design speed is 120 or 100. The road is freeway. when the design speed is 120 kilometers per hour, is freeway. On the urban road, there is a minimum length of transition curve corresponding to every design speed on urban road or on highway. The design speed is bigger or larger. The minimum length of transition curve is larger. What the closed soil permit? What the closed soil permit? L mark R equal to the square of A. A is clay soil permit. A is clay soil permit. Empirical relationship is A is greater or equal to greater than or equal to radius divided by 3, and is less than or equal to radius. This is empirical relationship. When R is close to 100 meters, A is equal to R. When is equal to R. When R is less than 100 meters, A is greater than or equal to R. When R is large, very large, A is equal to R plus, divided by 3. When R is more than 3,000 meters, it's still visually suitable, even A is less than radius divided by 3. Part 3.3. Omission of transition curves. Transition curve can be omitted under the following conditions to form compound curve. Between tangent is equal to straight line. Tangent is equal to straight line. Tangent is straight line. Between tangent and circular curve, the R is no less than the minimum of R without slope elevation. 2. Between circular curves in direction, also CO, the same direction, with the same direction. 10 left or 10 right. R of smaller circular cap is no less than minimum radius without superelevation. 3. The smaller r value is larger than the minimum r. The last page. What's the minimum of r with superelevation?
The minimum of R?
The standard have the table of minimum r with superelevation. The standard channel of this channel. In this book,
Page.
you
We have the book actually.
你们没有，
We have.
你们有吗？你们都有。哦，有 ，OK。In this book，下次你们带来，take your book to next class. But I can tell you how to use this book.
Okay.
Is it in English or Chinese?
In Chinese. 你们 office 发给你们了吗？
对。
distribute your textbooks to you. Okay, you can bring take textbook to our class, and I can ask you. I can tell you how to use, especially the table. This table. Okay. Page 38. Page 38. The table 2.4. 2.4. This is the minimum of radius without superelevation. So I can translate the heading of the title of the table for you. Translating into English. Okay. The smaller r value is larger than the minimum r in the table below and meet one of the following conditions. One, two, three. You can look at the difference between inner shift values of two circular caps is no more than 0.1 meter. 2. The design speed is greater than 80 kilometers per hour, and the ratio of R of larger and small circular caps is less than 1.5. 3. The design speed is less than 80 kilometers per hour, and the ratio of R of larger and small circular caps is less than 2. Oh, right.
No, the first one. After, yeah, that's table.
This?
No.
This?
Yeah, this one. This table.
This is correct, critical R. Below. Below. Not below. Below. And this is a table. The table below. B-E-L-O-W. B-E-L-L-O-W. Right? B-E-L-L-O-W. Not below. Below. And with one of the following and must be and with one of the following. What's the conditions? This is the three conditions. One is okay. The 1, 2, 3. You can if the condition meet one of the three, you can omit and meet this table. You can omit the transition curve. You can omit the transition curve. Transition curve is not necessary. You can delete it. Part 3.4. 3.4. Application of transition curve. Application of transition curve.
The previous page, before this one is the minimum.
Okay. The minimum R of circular curve without transition curve for every road. This is the omission of transition curve for every roads. For every roads. When the radius is greater than or equal to the value of this table, you can omit the transition curve on every road. On every road.
When the radius is less than this one, and it is equal to this one, we can avoid. We will not put the transition curve. And we will not put here. If the radius EF is value, if we find this value, so we will not put a transition. We will omit the transition.
It's greater than.
It's great.
We can omit the transition curve. It's less than this value. We must use transition curve. We must use.
If it's less.
If radius is less than the value, we must use transition curve.
But if it's more,
it's smaller than the radius is smaller than these values. We must use transition curve. If greater than, we can omit transition curve. It cannot be viewed as only transition function, but also major element. Coordinate with tangent. Tangent is straight line. And circular curve to obtain favorable operation and visual effect. Understand?
Mhm.
Pyramids of transition curve shall determined by timing and coordinate with R. Transition curve can collect two reverse circular curves if the minimum length of tangent cannot meet. Transition curve can meet two CO direction circular curves to form oval egg.
Yeah.
The shape of an egg, oval curve, if the minimum length of tangent cannot meet. What's the meaning of the minimum length of tangent cannot meet? It's too short.
Too short.
The tangent is or the straight line, the length of straight line is too short. It's too short. We can collect
ITC.
these curves with one
Transition.
colossoid or one transition curve. This is the same meaning. Okay. 休息。好，休息。Transition curve with transition curve. L is length of the total transition curves, including circular curve and two transition curve. Ls is the length of the transition curves. L is the length of circular curve. R is the radius of circular curve. Alpha is the timing angle. This word is a formula for calculate for the calculation of horizontal curves. Q is the increment of tangent. P is inner shift value. Beta 0 is angle of transition curve. Angle of transition curve. This is transition curve. This is one transition curve. This is the other transition curve. This is the circular curve. This word is horizontal curve. So horizontal curve contains circular curve and two transition curves. Beta 0 is the angle of transition curve. This is beta 0 and this is beta 0. Because this transition curve is the same as this transition curve. T is length of tangent. L is length of horizontal curves. E is external distance. External distance. Verification J is equal to 2 times of t minus L. We can get 5 principal points of the station. The station of 5 principal points. 5 principal points include contain GH. This point is the joint of between or the point between the joint between straight line and a transition curve. HY is the joint, the load of transition curve and cycle curve. YH is the joint of between cyclic curve and horizontal curve. HG is the joint between transition curve and straight line. QG is the middle point of cyclic curve. Middle point of cyclic curve. So we can get the distance of these 2 points. This is the calculate formula. Calculation of stake lengths. Stake lengths of 5 principal points. Okay, this one we omit this. Contains, and you can study them in your room, in your after class, because we have enough time to study word contains in our class. Okay. You can study, and if you don't understand, you can ask me the question on WeChat. You can study the PDF or online. On my class. You can study example 1 and calculate it. Example 2. Example 2 and example 3. It's very important. It's very important to calculate these 3 examples for this chapter. It's very important. But we have enough time in class. So. You can ask me after class on WeChat. Okay, WeChat. My WeChat is This is my telephone. This is my telephone. My phone number and WeChat number.
Okay.
You can write. You can write your problem or questions on WeChat and I'll
answer.
Answer you on WeChat.
Okay.
Okay.
可以，老师。等一下。
等一下，我也错。It's 1, 3, 7, 8, 7, 2, 2, 1, 8, 2, 6. 真猪了，so long。哎，
杨六，老师的
刘洋，刘洋，刘洋。My selling, Yang. My given name, Liu. Or my family name, Yang. Dr. Yang,
Do you have WhatsApp?
Mr. Yang.
Mr.
Do
Yang.
you have WhatsApp? WhatsApp? WhatsApp. Do you have WhatsApp?
WeChat.
We know WhatsApp. WhatsApp is another thing. You go to
WhatsApp. I don't know exactly your meaning.
You don't have WhatsApp. WhatsApp is.
WhatsApp.
You don't have it?
Oh yes.
You have it?
WeChat.
No.
Oh,
this is WeChat.
WhatsApp. I don't have this app.
Oh.
What's app?
Yeah, this APP doesn't work.
Oh, I have no
so it doesn't work.
I have
Because
not.
the thing that's very small.
I use WeChat or QQ. You don't know QQ
I know.
or this phone or email. My
You have also
my
email. You use email.
email. My email is YANGLIU 2005 not O
Yeah.
0 not O 005 at CSUST dot edu dot cn. This is my email. You can write letter and ask me what your question.
Okay,
This email is for my work, for my this email box is our university. The email box of university. Okay. We continue to study the section 5. Section 5.
Now she's when see her in the head at the hand.
CN.
See her. See her.
CN.
At the head of the
CN. Yes, CN.
N.
CN.
China.
China. CN is China. EDU is education.
Yeah.
CSUST is our university. CSUST dot edu dot cn. CN. CN.
Oh yeah. Right.
CN. Okay. Let's continue. Section 5. Horizontal alignment design. Part 1. key points of horizontal alignment design. 1. Horizontal alignment should be direct and fluent in work to adjust with tiling and ground feathers and harmonize with surroundings. This is the highway along the mountain, the foot of mountain, along the foot of mountain, and along the river, between the river and the foot of mountain. That is very beautiful.
China?
I don't know. Not 不是在中国，这不是中国的标志。Not in China.
基北。
北极。不是，这肯定不是在中国。It's not in China because this sign is not used in China.
No, it's
It's kind of.
Probably this year, in China, it's possible. This is alignment adjusted with tiling and ground feather. This is a highway between two mountains. To keep the continuity and the balance of horizontal alignment, following combinations should be avoided. 1. Small radius circular caps collect the end of long straight lines. Must be avoided. Should be avoided. 2. Large radius circular caps collect short straight lines. Must be avoided. Poor balance and deceptive effect. This is the example for curves of small radius collected to the end of long straight lines. This is a long straight line. This is down slope or downgrade. So the vehicle will run faster and faster because it's downgrade or down slope, not up slope. This direction is up slope. This is down slope. So it very faster and faster run the vehicle running faster and faster. But this circular curve is the radius of this circular curve is very small, so it's not safe. Very fast and tend steeply, tend the direction steeply, so it's very dangerous. Very dangerous.
The reason why you put there.
Huh?
The reason why they have put
It goes down slow.
This, I don't know.
the reason why they have put this how do you call it?
Down slow.
It's down slope, down slope.
Yeah.
Down slope. Down slope. Down slope.
This is down slope. But
I said the red. That's red.
This way.
No, it is red. Yeah.
Red.
Yeah.
Red. This red marking, traffic marking,
what do they call them?
marking on the pavement and remind the action of this marking is to remind the driver to deceleration. To remind is remind the driver to decelerate. This is the use of the red line, red marking. Combinations of horizontal curves. Ratio of R of adjacent circular curve should be less than 2, and and the ratio of adjacent closed-side pyramids should also be less than 2, as conditions allow. Understand? So there should be transition. There should be transition between high and low standard. What's the high and low standard? High and low standard. For example, the last section of road highway the design speed of the last of this section is 80 kilometers per hour, but the next section is 60 kilometers per hour. So transition section must be existed in between the two sections. Transition section must be put or be set between the two sections. Understand? Three. Horizontal design should coordinate with vertical design, especially in plain area. 4. Length of circular curves should be large. 4.1. Minimum length of horizontal curves when drivers can operate leisurely, and passengers can feel comfortable. Minimum value is calculated by 6 seconds. 6 seconds. 6 seconds. This table is adopted from the Chinese standard for highway alignment design. Route design. General value is minimum value. In fact, the minimum value is two times of the minimum value of transition curves. Two times of the minimum value of transition curves. Minimum length of transition curve. 4.2. Minimum length of horizontal curves where angle is less than 7 degree. This is the minimum length. Alpha is the angle, turning angle. Turning angle. If the turning angle is very small, is less than 7 degree. If the length is not if the length is short, the seam for fiber is not smooth. It's not smooth. It's not comfortable. Not smooth. Types of compilation for horizontal curves. The first one, basic type curve. The second type is S-shaped curve. 3 and the third type is oval curve. The fourth type is crest curve. The fifth C-shaped curve. The sixth composite curve. The seventh switchback curve. Were 7 kind of composition of combination of horizontal curves. 7 type. First, basic type curve. Straight line, closed circular curve, closed straight line, closed circular curve, closed and straight line. This is basic type curve. It's very common, and we use it usually. when A1 is equal to A2, is named symmetrical basic type. Is A1 is not equal to A2, is named unsymmetrical basic type. A1 is the pyramid of closed-soil 1. A2 is the pyramid of closed-soil 2. This closed-soil. Okay, this ratio of length of closed soil, the second gap and closed soil should be between. How to spell this?
One is
Side.
One is one.
This is
ratio.
Sign.
Oh, the ratio.
1 is to
1
is to 1 is to 1
is
to
1 to 1 to 1
1 is to
1
is to
is to.
yes.
How to
is
spell? How to spell?
is to okay is
How to spell?
is 1 is to ratio
Oh, is 2.
1 is to 1 is to 1 is to
Oh, is 2.
1
1 is to 1 is to 1. Okay. And 1 is to 2 is to 1.
yes
A is between radius divided by 3 and R. This is the normal ratio and value. So the length, if the length of cycle curve is 5 times of the length of closed soil, it's okay. It's not
No.
good design. It's not good design. We must less than 2 times. 2 times. The length of circular curve is 1 time or 2 times, between 1 time or 2 times of the length of closed soil. To S-shaped curve. S-shaped curves are curves which combine 2 reverse circular curves with 2 reverse closed soil. This is circular curve 1. This is closed soil 1. This is circular curve 2. But this is closed soil 2. This is circular curve 2. And no straight line between the 2 closed soils. No straight line. It's a point. It's a point. Infinite. R is infinite. It's only a point. No straight line. It's a point.
休息。休息。
休息。
Yes.
要休息。Have a rest.
Yeah.
Okay. 1.5 is feasible. The ratio R should be within 1 and 1 plus 1 divided 3. 1 divided 3. S-shaped. There's 2 pictures of S-shaped curve. Calculate the T1 based on this is the method for calculation. You can study after class. 3. Overall close soil. Overall close soil. 1. You can study this method according to this picture. How to calculate this S-shaped cap? Overall cap. Overall cap. Overall cap is the one that collects 2 circular caps by closed soil. Circular cap 1, closed soil, circular cap 2, and then this circular cap have the same turning direction with as this circular cap 2, and the radius is R1 is different from R2. R1 is not equal to R2. Okay, this is circular cap 1, circular cap 2. This is closed soil. So this is oval or oval. How to spell? Oval. This is oval cap. Oval cap. Is often used on ramp, R-A-M-P, ramp for interchange. Circular cap 1, circular cap 2. Closed pyramid A in oval cap should satisfy the condition of this expression. Ratio of R of 2 circular caps should be between 0.2 and 0.8. D divided R2 is equal to between 0.003 and 0.03. D is the gap between 2 circular caps. R2 is R of smaller circular cap. Smaller. So R2 is smaller circular cap radius. In this picture, what's R2? This one is smaller than this. The radius of this one is smaller than the other one. Four, crest cap. Crest cap is the one that collects 2 closed soils in the radial direction without circular caps. The length of circular cap is 0. Straight line closed soil 1, closed soil 2, straight 2. Straight line 2, straight line 1, straight line. Closed soil pyramid and R value of crest caps should meet the specification of minimum closed pyramid and minimum R within 0.3 times V set superelevation determined by the coverage of collection point. Only applied where rules are limited strictly by turbine and ground feathers. Five, C-shaped cave. C-shaped cave is the one that collects two closed in radial direction. At the point of zero coverage. C-shaped. This is cyclical 1. This is cyclical 2. This is colossoid 1. This is colossoid 2. And the joint of colossoid 1 and colossoid 2, the coverage is 0. Or the radius is infinite, or the coverage is 0. No straight line. No straight line. C-shaped caves are adopted when turbine conditions are hard. Radial direction. The radial direction. Six, composite cave. Composite cave is the one that collects more than two closed at the point of equal coverage. This is straight line. This is closed 1. This is closed 2. This is cyclical 1. This is cyclical 2. Closed 1. Closed 1. Closed 2. Cyclical. Pyramid ratio of adjacent closed should be less than 1:1.5. Because the coverage is changing constantly, drivers lead to manual continuous, which is adverse to the driver. Application conditions, when rules are limited by turbine except in the chain. Seven, switchback cave. Switchback cave is the one that consists of principal caves and auxiliary caves in order to overcome elevation difference in mountain roads when the angle upon the same slope surface is larger than or close to 180 degrees. How? Switchback. Because the elevation difference is very large. This is the major circular curve. This is principal circular curve. Principal circular curve. And this two is auxiliary circular curve. This is closed straight line, closed, straight line. We can see the picture, the photo of real road in reality. The photo.
Just to get what we do.
Switch back curve. In China, mountain district in China. This is on mountain with snow. This is switch back curve. This is a single. Switch back curve. This switch back curve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 switchback caps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Too much.
So what can you make a straight road?
Yeah, that's.
Just
want to
Waste quota.
exactly. Just build a bridge.
The tactical index switchback curve is different from the main road.
Yeah.
The main road. So this table you can look at this table and 74. 6. Deliverables of horizontal alignment design. Part 1. Tables of road graphic design. Tables of road graphic design. Tables of straight lines, curves, and angles. Tables of coordinate steps. Tables of traverse points. Tables of route location. Road graphic design. Highway graphic design. Highway graphic design, urban road graphic design. You can study. You can this graphic design on the textbook. That work for chapter 2, horizontal alignment design. Okay. Chapter 3. Chapter 3. Vertical alignment design. Vertical alignment design. This is a picture in plain area. Other road. Where is the road? Where is the road?
Okay. In the middle.
This one. This one.
3, 4,
This one. Is in plain area the horizontal alignment is straight. Plain turning undulate gently. The road can adapt to the terrain. It's on plain. Terrain in mountains fluctuated up and down. It leads to carry out the excavation of the area or the construction of tunnels, bridges to meet the driving needs. So on mountain, bridge and the tunnel. Oh, this switchback cab. Switchback cab. This is switchback cab. Yes. This is the picture, the joy for vertical design. This is the design line. This is the design line. This is the ground line. This is the design line. This is the ground line. Section 1, introduction. Section 2, grid design. Section 3, vertical cap. Section 4, combination of horizontal and vertical alignment. Section 5, design method and joy of vertical alignment. Section 1, introduction. Ground line. What's ground? Ground line is an irregular broken line plotted according to the elevation of every point in road midline. Ground line reflects the changing condition of a regional road line or road midline. Ground line is determined after the layout of horizontal alignment. Is determined when the horizontal alignment is chosen. Design line is a tangent design after the comparison of technique, economy, and aesthetics. Three aspects. Technique, economy, aesthetics. Aesthetics is important. Design line reflects the changing condition of roads. Ground elevation is the elevation of a regional road midline. Construction height, difference between design elevation and the ground elevation. Uniform grade line. Uphill and downhill. Uphill, downhill. Grade, I is grade. Grade is equal to that height, the difference of height divided by length, divided by the horizontal length. Grade changing point. What's grade changing point? What's grade changing point? Is the turning point of different grades. Grade changing point is the turning point of different grades. Content of vertical alignment design. 1. Determine the grade and the length. 2. Determine the R and the length of vertical cap. 3. Combination design of horizontal and vertical alignment. We must guarantee that road is the design is economic, safe, and environment. Design elevation. Subgrade design elevation of newly built highways. 1. Elevation of outside edge of major divide should be adopted for freeways and class 1 highways. 2. Elevation of subgrade edge can be used as design elevation for class 2, 3, 4 highways. 3. The original elevation of edge should be adopted in section with super elevation or broadening. 4. Elevation of reconstructed highways should be treated as newly built highways. Elevation of midline of carriageway can also be adopted as design elevation. Part 1. Vehicles dynamic factors. Vehicles driving force. T is tractive force of engine, vehicle engine. Fv is force needed to vehicle driving at speed v. Mv is mass of vehicle. Av is acceleration of vehicle. Fr is rolling resistance between the tire and the pavement. Fa is air resistance. Fg is gradient resistance. Parents of each force. Attractive force comes from explosive mode. T is attractive. So attractive force. This is a formula for T. T is inverse proportional to driving speed when the P is fixed. P is power. V is speed. What is it?
Speed.
Speed. High speed and attractive force can be attained at the same time. You know, high speed and attractive force cannot be attained at the same time. If high speed, then no attractive force. If no speed, then high attractive force. Reverse ratio. When using the lower gear, larger attractive force and lower speed can be obtained, and vice versa. Rolling distance, Fr. This is calculate formula. Wb is weight of vehicle. C1, C2 is tire parameters. Grade resistance Fg is equal to Wb multiplied sine alpha. A is slope. A is slope degree. Slope or grade angle. Resistance Fa. This is formula for Fa, expression of Fa. Our resistance always exists and is positive. A is windward area. The truck, the bus, and the truck, the windward area is of truck and bus is larger than passenger car.
Yes.
The K is coefficient of air resistance. The efficient of air resistance of truck and bus is larger than that of passenger car. Equation of driven equilibrium. Vehicles driving conditions, the situation condition. T is greater than T is less than or equal to sine multiplied GK. Part 2. Have a rest. Have a rest.
We don't finish the class.
Have a rest. Any question?
No question.
What's the meaning of this sign?
Fine.
Is adherent coefficient between the tire and the helmet. Or friction at the friction coefficient between the tires and the pavement. Friction coefficient
Between the tire and
or adhesive coefficient between tire and pavement. Hey,
continue.
Continue. Okay.
Up to like 5.
Up to 5. Okay. Okay. Continue. Consumptions of grade. Maximum grade. Plateau grade discount. Minimum grade. Average grade. Resultant grade. Grade length limitation. Transition grade. Transition grade is a section between two steep grade. Steep grade between two. Part 2, longitudinal slope. Relationship between speed and grade. Ideal. Okay. Ideal design provides vehicle identical driving status, such as identical speed at one design speed. Each car element is such designed so that it can and have to maintain certain value according to design speed. Vehicle speed is influenced by grade. Impossible to set grade that maintains design speed for a vehicle in light of economy. Speed is allowed to and should be reduced at grade. Can say how much the speed can be reduced. Too much speed reduction. What's the sign effect. In,
Accident.
huh?
Overturn. No, I said no, you can continue.
Huh? Continue.
was answering what's the side effects?
Huh?
What is the
Side effects.
What's the
Side effects.
side effect?
Yes.
How much the speed? How much the speed can be reduced? Too much speed. Too much speed reduction. What's the side effect?
Defect.
Effect. What's the side effect? How to understand this? In light of efficiency, reduce speed.
Is it not what is the side effect?
What side? What's the
The
impact?
The impact.
What's the impact?
Side effect, you know, it will be the
Too much speed reduction. If a truck, a heavy truck, climb the steep slope, climb the steep grade, the running speed of this heavy truck must be lower and lower. Must be lower and lower. When the heavy truck climbing, the speed must be lower, and then keep low, constant low speed. What's the impact? What's the impact?
The vehicle can come.
What's the side effect?
It's not the side effect.
That's
You can omit. You can omit.
Okay, take away the side. Take away the side. No, because the side effects. It cannot be the side
impact?
bad effect.
What's the impact of too much speed reduction? What's the impact? Heavy truck climbing slowly on the grade, on the steep grade. This truck will block the vehicles such as cars and faster trucks, and the average speed of our vehicle will be lower. So this is impact. If the design speed of the road is 100 kilometers per hour, but the heavy truck only run at 60 kilometers per hour on the upgrade. What's the impact? It will block all of the vehicles behind it.
Yes.
So it's cause the traffic congestions.
That's the side
It will cause traffic jams or congestions. Traffic congestion. Slowly, one vehicle will run slowly behind it.
Yes.
In light of efficiency, reduce speed as less as possible. Vehicle in V section is as close to other section in terms of design speed. What about going downhill?
Oh, it's reduced speed.
Reduce, yeah.
It's good. Congestion, but the vehicle behind it will collide with the vehicle in front of it.
No.
Going downhill.
For better.
Edge design
For better.
parameters
Control
are
the vehicle.
determined by driving
Yeah.
stability. We design. What's edge design? Edge design. Edge is what's the meaning? Edge horizontal design. Parameters are determined by driving stability. We design. We is vertical design. Vertical design parameters are determined by driving status. Driving status is speed at bottom, and at the peak. At the bottom and the peak. At the bottom and the peak. Okay.
4 minutes now.
4 minutes. 2.1, 4. 2.1, maximum grade. Don't be hurried.
Sure. We got the PPT.
The ability to climb up and the safety to go down to determine the maximum grade. It's not determined by car. It's determined by truck, especially heavy truck. Not because the performance of the car is better, more better than the performance of heavy truck. Okay, so we must pay attention to the heavy truck, not car. Passenger car climbed uphill at design speed and maintain average speed at the stop. At the top. Average speed is the mean speed at plane carrying. This is truck. This is car. So car is no problem to climb the normal slope, including steep slope. No problem. But trucks go uphill at its highest speed and only keep a half of the design speed at the slope at the top. It is the low is the demand. The speed limit for at the top, keep half of the design speed. It's the condition for road design. For grade design is the condition. The truck must keep half of the design speed at the top. If Vmax is greater than V design, then Vmax is equal to V design. Okay. That's all for today. And see you next week. We must accelerate to complete the word content for this.
老师，if we include this video, we talk about the accidents.